You said, that's crazy. Well, we all got to be a little crazy to run statewide. Can we agree with that? I'll leave here and go to Wilcox County. I've already visited over 60 counties in just about 8 months I've been on the road. Why? I'm a fighter and I'm a worker, and that's all I've ever known. And I'll finish with telling you this. My husband is not Mr. Casey, okay? He hates to be called Mr. Casey. I don't know why. I mean, I told him, like, don't be mean to my daddy. My daddy died when I was 17. He fell over dead of a massive heart attack in my volleyball game my senior year of high school in the gymnasium. Rocked my world. I was the poor kid that was a little bit smart, that had a lot of bad crap happen to her, that could have easily taken the wrong road. But I didn't. Because God had a hold of me and knew what he had planned for me. I kept my dad's name when I got married. So I want you to know that name, Casey, means so much more to me than you can imagine, because it's my daddy's name and my daddy's legacy. And I want you to know that as your Attorney General and as the District Attorney of Blount County, I will never do anything to embarrass you as an Alabama voter or an Alabama citizen in the work that I do for you. I will serve with honor, integrity, and respect for the Constitution, because that's what we expect and we should expect out of our elected officials. Now listen, May 19th is a long way away. That's election day. If I don't see you all again, I want to look at all of you. I think I shook hands with you. I'm going back around. I want your vote. I'm asking you right now, please vote for Pamela Casey. It's real easy. I'm the first one on the ballot. You just mark it and keep on going. Okay? But I would be honored to have your vote. I would be honored to serve you. And I am the type person, I think that's why I'm in my third term, is you won't just see me during election time. I make a list of where I go. You'll see me again during my term. Because I believe that's what you should do. You should get out. You shouldn't just come when it's time to ask for a vote. You should come and listen to the people. Look, we're not always going to agree or get along. But I'll have a reason for why I do what I do. Okay? I'll offer any questions anybody might have.
Well, I noticed you don't take my calls after midnight.
I'm awake.
Okay, so candidates
I always get worried
statewide.
when John asks the questions. Have to get ready.
Well, candidates statewide are it's pretty rough raising money. I understand that, but another person in the race took some money from PCI, and she's been attacked by the other guy about the PCI money, and then she threw back that he's been endorsed by BCA, who has PCI money. How are you involved with the gambling industry?
Well, I'm not, and I kind of enjoyed sitting in the middle watching them fight. And while they've been fighting back and forth, I've been trying cases, arguing a case in front of the Alabama Supreme Court and getting a plea on llama on Monday. So I've actually kind of enjoyed, let them fight each other. Means they're not picking on me or fighting me. I'm okay being, you think I was the underdog in Blount County at 28 when I ran? Yeah, I was. But I stayed the course. I ran my race, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm taking people.
What I'm saying basically is, do you think taking $10,000 from an industry that's it's pretty controversial, does that make a statement?
I'm not sure why she took the money. I don't know what's going on in her race or why she needs it. And I'm not somebody to come in here and talk bad about.
But would you have taken it?
Well, no, I wouldn't
Okay.
have.
Right.
John, go ahead and tell us who PCI is for those that don't know.
Porch Creek.
Oh, what is it?
Horse Creek Indians.
Yeah.
So, but you didn't take $1 million from out of state?
No.
Oh, darn it.
Hey, look, I'm not kidding. When I say I'm getting like $10, $25, $100, $500, $1,000, a few people give me a $10,000, $5,000, but they're coming from people who know the work I do and who know that I will do the work as Attorney General. And you know what? Who should we be responsible to as elected officials? The people. And I have the people's support. I did have somebody tell me one time, they said, I've looked at the people who contributed to you, that's voters. I said, that's why. That's why I'm still polling near the top on the one poll they'll release. Because they won't release the other polls.
Pam, can you give us an update, what you know about that Bibb County mess going on?
Yeah, so, and that's interesting because I am not aware of any other human trafficking case where, and Jessica can correct me if I'm wrong, where we had that case, the little girl had come testify, where we've had a live human trafficking victim testify. And so, you've got a lot of defendants, pending trial. I don't think they've gone to grand jury yet, so you gotta go through the grand jury process. It looks like we have some young victims. You're gonna have multiple number of defendants, look like they're, facing a lot of charges. And so it'll be imperative that the Attorney General work and assist that DA in making sure they have the resources they need to be able to prosecute those people to the fullest extent. Now, you'll see a new bill come through the legislature in this next session, because Representative Simpson is attempting to add sodomy and rape of a child to be a death penalty charge. Now let me tell you this, last December 4th, and I have the text message to show you, before it became popular, before Bibb County, I texted Matt and I said, I've known Matt forever, I said, Matt, I need to talk to you, can you call me? Because I was about to walk into a sentencing where a man had tortured a little 7-year-old girl, sexually tortured a little 7-year-old girl. And the most I could get for him was life without. And he got life without. But I wanted that other option. That little girl had to come in and testify because I had no other option than to try the case. Otherwise, he wanted a split time serve. Well, no, man, you can't get a split time serve. Okay? So, before I had ever announced I was running, I knew I was running, but I cared then. This is what I do. I try cases. I've tried every case in Blount County in the last almost 16 years except for 2. One of them I was 8.5 months pregnant and told I could not get up and argue in front of a jury again. And the other one I need to be out of town for something. Why is that? Because I believe the people of Blount County elected me to be their DA. And when they walk in that courtroom, who do they expect to see? We're a small circuit. We're much smaller here in Auburn. We got one circuit judge. So if that one circuit judge is going, you know who better be in there? The DA. And look, I ain't afraid to tee up a case. I think the defense counsel in my county know that. Because I'm much more of a mama bear now that I have babies than I was when I didn't. But I was a real mama bear because they were all the kids I didn't have. And now when I'm fighting for those children, I'm fighting for my son and my daughter. Okay? My little boy and little girl, they had enjoyed, I'll tell you a quick, funny campaign story and then I will sit down. Been going to a lot of counties, and sometime in the summer, my husband, I'd say, why don't you and the kids come on and drive and y'all drop me off and they'll go find a park. We should have done a park tour of Alabama, a kids park, but we didn't. And second night they went with us, my little girl who's 4, she said, did we bring the tent this time? And I thought, what are y'all doing when y'all drop me off? She said, we will need 2 tents and we are gonna make a fire. And I thought, Lord Jesus. And I was riding along and said, no man, we didn't bring any tents. So she's quiet. She said, well, why not? I said, well, where do you think we're going? Camping. We're going camping. I had been telling them we're going campaigning. And she believed that I was saying we were going camping. And that first trip, camping trip, was quite a disappointment for her. Okay? I told my husband, I said, you better be pitching that tent in the backyard and building a fire this summer because we owe this little girl a camping trip. Look, it's an honor to be with you. Thank you all for having me. I'll be around for a little bit. Like I said, I'll head to Wilcox County when I leave here because I'll speak down there tonight. But thank you all, and I appreciate the time that you gave me to speak with you.